What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? I'm gonna read y'all this scenario, this police report, and show y'all a little bit of these videos I recorded dealing with this arrest in McDonald's, where I was arrested for resisting arrest and battery on a punk ass police officer named Funderburg Lee from Miami-Dade Police Department. And I'm gonna read the police report for y'all first, and then I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of the videos because I'm still going to court, so I can't show every little piece of it. But check this out. January 14, 2019 is the arrest date. Funderburg Lee is the name of the pig who arrested me. All right, now this is what his report says. I responded to the McDonald's at 11899 Northwest 7th Avenue in reference to a call about a male who was refusing to leave. I spoke to the manager of McDonald's, who advised me that a black male wearing a striped shirt, khaki pants, and blue shirt wrapped around his head was previously in the store causing problems. The manager advised that the man was yelling profanities and threatening to fight with and physically attack the staff. As we discussed the incident, she pointed out the subject, who was now walking through the parking lot of the McDonald's. I approached the subject with police identification visible and identified myself. I issued several loud verbal commands to stop, which arrestee Douglas ignored. Arrestee Douglas continued walking away. And once he reached Northwest 7th Ave, he began to run westbound on Northwest 18th Street. I advised of the suspect's description and direction of travel as I returned to my car to follow. Sergeant Jones pulled up near the suspect in full uniform and marked vehicle and ordered him to stop. Arrestee Douglas was again non-compliant. I pulled up, drew my ECD, and ordered arrestee Douglas to the ground, at which time he complied. Arrestee Douglas was handcuffed and told to stay in a prone position until a transport unit could arrive. Arrestee Douglas was rolled onto his buttocks. Arrestee Douglas was rolled. Arrestee Douglas rolled onto his buttocks and attempted to get up. He was again rolled into a prone position. Sergeant Jones prepared the cage for the prisoner. I assisted him to his feet and tried to place the arrestee into the police car. Sergeant Jones was standing near the driver door of the police car when arrestee Douglas spit at Sergeant Jones, saliva landing on his uniform shirt, and turned towards me. I pushed arrestee Douglas back onto the trunk to keep him from spitting at me. Regaining control of arrestee Douglas, I again tried to place him into the police car when he began to resist again. I pulled arrestee Douglas back to the ground in a prone position as a rowdy and belligerent crowd began to gather, threatening these officers. Sergeant Jones and I placed arrestee Douglas into the car and transported him to the station to complete paperwork. Arrestee Douglas was charged and transported to TGK. Profile set for Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019. And the charges was felony 1, battery on a police officer, and a second-degree misdemeanor resisting officer without violence to his person. So that don't make sense. One is a felony battery on the cop, and the second one is resisting arrest without violence. to his person. I show you the cop kind of line right there. You can't resist arrest without violence. But then you say the nigga spit on you. That's an act of violence. And then you charge him with battery for committing a violent offense of spitting on you while you're arresting him. Well, I beat the case back in July 11, 2022. Police never showed up. But in regards, as you see, I'm not charged with any offense that would have caused the police to come and arrest you, which is kind of awkward. The pig arrests you for your charge is resisting arrest without violence. That's the primary charge. But yet there's no reason why he was arresting me. What's the charge you was arresting me for? And that's what America got going on. These cops, they just arrest you for resisting arrest. And they say they was investigating all these damn crimes, but they don't charge you with whatever you was resisting for, because they know damn well they ain't have probable cause in the first place to stop you and detain you in the first place. So you can't be resisting just because a cop want to talk to you, handcuff you, detain you because he investigating an alleged crime. Now, in this case, the cops say he was investigating maybe a trespassing from McDonald's. Maybe even a battery, a simple threatening co-workers at McDonald's. We don't know because he didn't charge me with it. And he didn't say that's what he was detaining me, and he had established probable cause to stop me for trespassing, or probable cause to stop me for threatening employees at McDonald's. Either way it go, it wouldn't have worked out because the cop didn't see it. It didn't happen. But even if it did happen, the cop didn't see it. So he don't have probable cause to arrest you for a misdemeanor crime. No matter if the people telling the cop he did it, you did it. If they not pressing charges, even if it's a felony battery, the cop can't arrest you. If it's a misdemeanor battery, they can't arrest you if he not pressing charges either. Trespassing. If the police didn't see you committing the full act, including not just you being there, but including you being told to leave or you will be arrested, and then you refuse, the cop has to see you refuse to leave, not just come to the call, they point at you and say, we told him to leave an hour ago and he won't leave. That's not good enough. The cop has to see you being told by these people to leave, and you then refuse to leave. And then the law says if you got a legitimate justification to ignore them, your justification works. You gotta have a valid one though. And two, if it's a place that's open to the public, the employees and the workers just can't single you out and say you leave because they just don't like you. You have to have violated the rule or something like that. Let's say I think it's a private facility, somebody home, or a members only type club, they can walk over to you. But if it's McDonald's, Wendy's, Rally's, the mall, security can't see you and say, I don't like you from the block. I don't like you because you're a Muslim, you black, you gay, I don't like you, so leave. No, you don't have to listen. Even though he's security of this privately owned facility, you can ignore them. And if they call the police can't arrest you unless they lie, which usually they're lying, say you was causing a disturbance or something like that. But I'm gonna show you the video, and y'all show me if y'all see anything relevant to what this police report said. I'm about to play this first video so you will see. When I first walked into the restaurant, the girl started cussing at me, calling me bitches and hoes and talking about how she was gonna fuck me up. But it was a setup from the get-go because she was working for the Popo, and they had sent her to attack me as soon as I walked in the door. But listen. Hey, Nico, she was talking to me? You think she's trying to kick me out? She was talking to me. I was like, what happened? I thought she was talking to me. I was like, what you do? What you did wrong? Nothing. I just walked in here and
she just started tripping. Just sitting there, so that's why I thought she was talking to me. Like, you just chilling there, like, what the fuck? And she started cussing and stuff. Oh, what the fuck? Well, maybe because she ain't get her income tax check yet. And you and I did.
You hear that story? Now that's the witness.
Hey, Nico, she was talking to me?
This the witness. I walks in. Ain't did nothing.
I thought she was talking to me.
She behind the counter over there. As soon as I walk in, she start cussing at me. He didn't even know why she was tripping.
Well, maybe because she ain't get.
Y'all don't hear no cussing, no threatening witnesses, no causing no disturbance. I'm just saying something stupid so they don't really think I'm recording. Look at the black bitch right there. The ugly one. That's the problem maker. Y'all don't hear no threats, right? Y'all just see me in there peacefully. Y'all heard one interview from a witness. He don't know what the fuck going on. Why she snapped?
Y'all see this? I did nothing wrong. I just come in here, get my sandwich.
Boom, that's my shit. Now her report, he won't leave every day he begging. Nothing about I'm in there threatening and cussing and trying to fight somebody, but yet that's what the police report wrote.
Y'all see how our own black people treat us? You see that? You see how our black people treat us?
That's my property I just paid for, and she throwing it away. Now that's a theft. That's her committing a crime right there, theft.
That's all I need. Now let me check out these black people, see how they support us. Look at her. Hey, miss, can you tell me her name so I can report her?
Oh, Maria.
Her name is Maria? See, this is a police setup. Let me check out these black people. Y'all can see what type they is. What y'all think about this situation right here? Walk in, give me a meal for my friends that I paid for. And she takes it to the back, treat me like shit, and then threaten to call the police to kick me out of the McDonald's. What y'all think about that? Say what?
I can't say it's a hetero thing. I can't say anything about white noise.
It's a hetero thing?
I ain't see you do anything wrong.
You ain't see me do nothing wrong?
I don't want to be part of that.
You don't want to support a black man or protect a black man from being attacked?
I don't know what's going on in the past. I don't know where I think.
Oh, so it's something in the past. So me, I did something in the past. That's it. Cool, you good. I just like to check out my enemies.
You know, they definitely. I can know what happened right through that. But I try to let you know, like me, you can jump in like me. You have to know what to do that.
You see me walking in?
I just see you coming in.
You just see me come in and get my food?
So when I say watch you do that, that means what I can do.
Oh, you slick. You a slick talk. Like she is. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is judgeCarman. My name is John. Okay.
I ain't got to.
Now y'all see me leaving. Boom. So how was the nigga refusing to leave? Y'all heard her say with your dirty ass? Now she was behind the counter cooking before I came and ordered my food.
Y'all see this? I did nothing wrong. I just come in here, get my sandwich.
Then she comes from behind the counter and waits right there to start a fight with me. I walked out the door after I ordered. And once I come back in the door with my order ready, she's now right there. Like she waiting to start this fight. And as you see, she going to take my property. Look, boom, pick it up, bitch. Boom, that's Steph. That's Steph. Now, check this out. Well, y'all may say, oh, well, she can tell you to leave because this McDonald's and this state property. No, she can't. You know why? Because her supervisor previously told her to leave me alone. So she already had orders to not fuck with me. You see what I'm saying? And I just got off the phone with corporate about a week prior to this date about her and a couple of her friends that work there harassing me. Every time I come there, they talking shit. And I told corporate I got a problem with her. And they clarified the problem, said I can go there whenever I want and that I won't have no more problems with these people. They put the bitch off work for a couple days. This is her first day back from work after I got off the phone with corporate. So now her and the police set up a jig that when I come, call them, start a fight, start an argument.
McDonald's. What y'all think about that?
So she'll have an excuse to kick me off the property because she had no excuse. Her and the police and corporate already discussed this. If he ain't did nothing wrong, you can't kick him off the property. So her plan is to start calling me names. That's why you see her saying, yo, dusty ass, fuck me. Whole lot more angry. It was 20 minutes of her talking shit.
Oh, so it's something in the past. So me, I did something in the past.
But this guy, he a clown. I kind of felt he was one of them witnesses that knew the dirt was about to pop off. So he was sitting there with his girl waiting to see it go down. So I go interview him. What did you see happen, bro? That's why he talking about it must have been something in the past. Because he know these bitches and the police got beef with me.
Like she is.
No regular person to say you did something in the past. They'll just see her fucking up. Like she just straight cussed this nigga ass out.
My name is judgeCarman. My name is John.
So I went to jail.
I ain't got to.
I fought this case for 3.5 years until I just won a couple months ago. Out of 3.5 years, I probably did about a year and some change inside of the county jail on this case alone.
Y'all see this? I did nothing wrong. I just come in here, get my sandwich.
She on whatever the fuck. Who doing the threats?
Y'all see this? I did nothing wrong. I
Who
just come
threatening
in here, get my sandwich.
customers? And she finna, that shit wasn't mentioned in the police report though, was it? So this why I got a nice major lawsuit against McDonald's. Not only was I stopped by them, but the police used a hate crime when they arrested me. Yeah, a whole nother incident. When the white cops pulled up, Funderburg Lee was a plainclothes detective, not even a uniformed cop. So that shows some suspicions about a plainclothes detective responding to a trespassing call. No. That's something for patrol officers. And the patrol officers had decided to cancel the call. 911 say the call was canceled and none of the patrol officers came. That's because I walked out the door. But the white detective showed up anyways, looking for a fight because he had personal beef with me. Y'all know I got beef with these pigs from day one. So they recruited her, just like they recruited them niggas in Cup Food Store to set up George Floyd with the fake money. If George Floyd had fake money or not, they gave it to him intentionally and intentionally took him to Cup C-Up store to use it. That was an intentional setup.
Walk in, give me a meal for my friends.
Whether he had the money or not, and to this day, we still don't even know if the money was fake. The Tyree Nicholson case, that was an intentional setup. Dolph, the police and the people in the community, that was a setup. I know what I'm talking about.
You don't want to support a black man or protect a black man from being attacked? Oh, so it's something in the past. So me, I did something in the past. That's it. Cool, you good. I just
How does an Ohioan make his first legal sports bet?
The right decision on our first bet will make the weekend.
TVU Fox 2 News at 5 starts now.
What crime have we committed? What crime have we committed?
Rights violated. Now at 5, a mother and her 2 daughters in disbelief when they were unlawfully searched and handcuffed by Alameda County Sheriff's deputies. A federal jury reaching that conclusion and awarding them more than $8 million. Good evening, I'm Julie Hayner.
And I'm Mike Meeback. The incident unfolded in 2019. New at 5, KTVU's Brooks Giroux joins us with a body cam video that shows how it all went down. Brooks?
Well, that verdict was just reached last week in a trial that alleged false arrest, invasion of privacy, and violations of constitutional rights. The women say they feel they were stopped and searched because of the color of their skin.
What are you guys doing here?
Waiting to go to Starbucks in a second. Why? Is there a problem?
What are you guys doing here? What are you guys doing here?
Waiting to go to Starbucks in a second. Why? Is there a problem? I can't sit here.
Well, actually, let me tell you why I'm here. Okay? I've been having auto break-ins in this parking lot every morning around this time.
A Sally Lagervale and her 2 daughters were sitting in a rented Cadillac outside this Castro Valley Starbucks when Alameda County Sheriff's deputies, concerned about car burglaries, zeroed in on them, demanding the mom's ID.
What's that about? What did I do? What kind of crime did I commit?
The deputy doesn't answer, so she refuses.
You have to give me your ID.
Why do I have to give you my ID?
Why?
I don't have to give you my ID because I haven't done anything.
Lagervale's attorney says it's the first violation of her constitutional rights.
They can ask. They can always ask, but you don't have to give it to them. And they can only demand it if they have reasonable suspicion to believe that you've committed a crime.
They don't want to listen to us, so let's go ahead and detain these 2.
But then things escalate.
Get out of the car.
Anything. I'll get out. Just don't pull on me. I'll get out. Tell me what I'm detained for.
All 3 are put in handcuffs.
You're being detained.
For what?
Put your hand behind your back or you're going to go to jail.
No, I'm not going to jail. You're not going to...
And for more than an hour held in the back of a police cruiser.
Ridiculous. I just don't know I have to use the restroom.
The car and all of their belongings was searched without their consent, finding nothing to suggest any crimes and prompting a civil lawsuit alleging they were unlawfully stopped and searched, falsely arrested, and their privacy invaded because they're black.
If not consciously, subconsciously.
She didn't do a day in jail.
That made them unreasonably suspicious of this family that had... And
I did over a year and a half.
Same scenario happened and these were white women. I think it all plays out very differently.
A federal jury agreed, deliberating for 2 days and returning an $8.25 million verdict. The Lagervale's lawyer says the sheriff's office did an internal affairs investigation that said the 2 deputies did nothing wrong, and both have since been promoted.
What are you detaining us for? Now you're searching through our items without permission.
To some extent, for the rest of their life, every time they see police officers.
In my case, the police did something wrong.
They're going to remember this.
They didn't even have probable
This is a
cause.
law that did not deal with excessive force. Neither the Alameda County Sheriff's Office nor the attorney representing the county responded to our requests for comment. Brooks Giroux, KTVU.
I almost lost my life behind it.
The woman in this disturbing video.
Look at this McDonald's
Tika Hancock
situation.
Emotional. As she relives Monday's encounter with Butler Township Police.
I might try to contact her
I'm
lawyer
going to be quiet now.
so we can double team McDonald's.
I'm not going to be George Floyd.
They did the same thing to her they did to me.
Police body cam video is showing us what led up to the
But
moment.
my case was a
Butler
little worse
Township police
because I
officer
did more
punched
time than she
Hancock 3
did.
times in a McDonald's parking lot.
She refused to take my dollar to give me 30 cents after I paid it for extra cheese. So then she got an attitude because I asked her for a refund and called the police because she didn't want to give me back my money.
Officers Todd Stanley and Tim
McDonald's
Zeller
is in
listened to her side of the
trouble.
story and asked her for her first
Trouble.
and last name to issue a trespass notice.
If you don't stop, you're going to end up going to jail.
Hancock, H-A-N-C-O-C-K, write it down.
Calm down.
I'm not giving you nothing. I already said it.
Okay, you're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
Put
No,
your
I'm
hands
not.
behind your back.
No, I'm not.
They weren't allowed to arrest her.
It quickly escalated.
She don't have to give out her name.
And Zeller
That's
pulls out
unlawful
his taser.
detainment.
Hancock tries to reason, but it's too late.
Boom,
Officer
boom,
Stanley
boom,
strikes
boom,
her
boom.
3 times in the face and head.
You punched me on your own will. I didn't punch you. I didn't resist.
Y'all niggas love y'all police though, don't y'all? The black church.
Officers used excessive force
Damn,
here?
she fine as
I'm
hell.
not going to comment on that until the entire investigation is complete.
Tuesday, the police department launched an investigation into the conduct of both officers.
He ain't gonna comment on it
Officer Stanley is on paid administrative leave.
until the entire
Hancock and her legal
investigation
team
complete.
say it's not enough.
And we're asking him to be terminated and to be convicted and to be charged. Yes, both officers, and to be charged. That's what we're asking. And we want an independent investigator. This must stop. These officers and their brutality and their, condescending approach.
Attorney Michael Wright says officers injured his client due to the use of force, and he says Butler Township and McDonald's played a role in what happened to her. Ms. Hancock, what does justice look like
Damn,
for you?
she fine.
They taught us all through growing up.
We want to hold these officers accountable.
Be accountable. Every action has a consequence.
Fuck them pigs. It's time to hang them crackers from a tree. Now, the black girl, when she got into the situation at McDonald's in Ohio, state I'm in right now, the incident with my McDonald's was in Miami. Like y'all heard her arguing with the employee. It don't matter if the black girl cussed the employee out or the employee cussed the black girl out. The police couldn't arrest now one of them because the police didn't see the altercation. So they couldn't charge them with disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, nothing, because you didn't see the crime. Look that up. Police have to see the entire misdemeanor fully completed by you before they can arrest you. Other than that, they have to go get go to court and get an arrest warrant for your arrest. That's how you get arrested for misdemeanors that's done without the police seeing it. So when the police got there talking about give us your ID, we want to trespass you. She had no right to. They had no right to force her. They can ask her, but they couldn't force her to give them shit. So when she say no, I ain't giving you my name. And the police said, fine, you under arrest. Right there, the police have broke the law. Because they know what the trespassing laws are. Police cannot, under no circumstances, force you to give up your name and ID so they can trespass you. If anybody come up with a statement and say, well, how can the police know who you are and get your information so they can trespass you? The problem is they just can't. They just got to see you again. Visualize your eyes. Take a picture. But they cannot, under the 4th Amendment, Terry versus Ohio. Got some breakfast out there. They cannot stop you under Terry versus Ohio for no reason unless you commit a crime, and trespassing isn't a crime at all. So the police jumped the gun. And if she baited them, good job on her. Pig, don't be stupid. Don't break the law because you mad. Y'all put baits out there in our black community, baited up cars for us to steal. You put dope fiends out there acting like they want to buy dope. Niggas sell it to them, we go to jail. You put fake drug dealers out there. If we buy it from them, we go to jail. So therefore, we can bait the punk ass police and catch they punk asses breaking the law. Hallelujah. And I like to do that often. That's going to be my career. You know, when I get my lawsuit and I get my Brizad, that's going to be my company. Going state to state, hood to hood. Niggas calling in like, yeah, these punk ass police be fucking with us. And I'm going to set agents and decoys out there. Hookers, prostitutes, fake pimps, fake bums, and set your pig ass right the fuck on up. And talk and hope you do something wrong to this nigga and put him in jail on a false charge. And we're going to have surveillance footages out the ass to catch your pig ass. And that's going to be my career goal, because I hate the police, boy. I hate the police more than anything in this world. Like Tupac said, you know, the sweetest joy to getting pussy is revenge, you know, and that's it, just pussy and revenge, because sometimes you can't even love religion no more, because everybody in these churches done turned their back on you. And my love for God is what I do on this earth, getting pussy and killing my enemies. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Muslim, but I ain't from no, I don't got no Ummah, no Muslim community backing me up. None of them guys behind me ride with me for nothing. You know, nobody in the church helped me out, give me a penny. Last time I went to church and got something to eat, Thanksgiving. I don't know if I told y'all the story. Thanksgiving, I went to the church and get something to eat. The church put some shit in the turkey. Little smear, little shit in the turkey, gave it to me to eat. Because that's just how nasty the police and Christians and the church is towards me. So that's why I defy the church. I talk about y'all like how y'all treat me. You know, and in this world, when everybody turn their back on you, the only thing you can do is go to war. Only thing you can love is war, you know. And war is in my middle name. My middle name is Howard, Howard, you know. So that's what I live for. Ain't no love in my name, Love. I love to go to war, you know, because that's all the people left me with. When the people don't give you nothing to hold on to, you hold on to whatever you can. And for me, and that's just fighting back. You know, and I'm a good damn fighter. You know, I'm kicking a whole lot of ass. I get my ass kicked a whole lot too, but not without consequences on the other party. You know, and make sure y'all hit me up with that CA, that Cash App on deck. You know, it's DACIA 60 all day, every day to the day I desire. I know a lot of y'all wish that'd be sooner than later, but long as my foot in your motherfucking ass when I go, that's how I'ma go. My foot in your ass and my dick in some pussy. You know, on my pistol, my hand on the fucking pistol. You know, blowing the motherfucking pig away, because I'm a soldier to the day I die. But I'm going to show y'all this same situation with these niggas at Starbucks. These niggas some kind of clowns, because they imitated me. As you can see, one of the workers kind of looked like me. One of the niggas who was arrested. He looked just like me, and that was on purpose. Look at these clowns. $2 and an important promise. An important promise.
The viral video was seen by millions, setting off a fiery debate over racial bias and sparking protest and sit-ins at Starbucks nationwide. What do we want? Justice! On Wednesday, the two men arrested and the city of Philadelphia struck an agreement. Dante Robinson and Rashawn Nelson will be paid $1 each by the city.
And that's exactly what the fuck they get.
Expunged.
I'm thrilled that they just did it for
I know you is. I know the fuck you is. But I ain't that dumb.
The city also agreed to fund a $200,000 grant program for aspiring high school entrepreneurs. Robinson and Nelson will work on the grant committee.
I think that's very good for the city and for the youth especially.
Yeah, you would.
Philadelphia's
You's a dumb
Mayor
motherfucker.
Jim Kenney released a statement that reads in part, "This was an incident that evoked a lot of pain in our city.
No, it didn't.
Sean Nelson and Dante Robinson
Just some dumb
invited us to
motherfuckers.
partner with them in an attempt to make something
They could have
positive
sued
come
for
of this."
millions and still did
In
the
April,
same
two
shit.
young men were arrested in a neighborhood Starbucks for trespassing after the store manager phoned police when the men, waiting for a
Look,
meeting,
that's me
asked to use the
and the other
bathroom
guy, my
and then
homie,
declined to make a purchase.
imitating me and my
I have two
homie.
gentlemen at my cafe that are refusing to make a purchase or leave. I'm at the Starbucks at
Now, they actually didn't purchase nothing.
Days after the
The
incident,
employee
the Starbucks
didn't lie.
CEO offered an apology.
In me, my case, I did purchase something. And the employee did lie. And actually, I was a victim of a crime. The bitch robbed me.
A week later, the pair told their story.
And guess what? Starbucks settlement, they broke that, as you see earlier in this clip. They just beat a woman ass and her son and her two daughters. Right in the Starbucks parking lot. So I wonder if they get to go back on their contract and reissue their lawsuit. I won't get a nigga shit no ways because they about dumb as hell.
With Starbucks, the coffee chain offering them the opportunity to complete their college
that's
degrees
straight.
through the Starbucks College Achievement Plan.
Confidential settlement and all that shit with Starbucks and all that shit confidential. But them niggas was like some clowns in the way, because right now trying to make it seem like Starbucks was friends with us blacks. You supposed to put your foot on them hunkies' necks and broke it. I don't care if Starbucks was black on. Put your foot on them niggas' asses and break it too. And guess what? Nothing changed. Nothing changed. We just seen a woman get her ass wholly whooped. at McDonald's, and then we seen a woman get roughed up at Starbucks a couple years after this shit happened. Now, these niggas was actually told to leave and just refused. Me, in my McDonald's case, bitch, I didn't have to leave shit. I was already given consent, even though the employee wanted me to leave, which I did leave. I was given pre-approved consent over her head, and she was already told to leave me the fuck alone by her employer, her supervisor.
Outrage is brewing this morning. This viral video showing two black men escorted out of a Philadelphia Starbucks in handcuffs by police.
They didn't do anything. I saw the entire thing.
Police say the men were sitting at a table without making a purchase, and when asked to leave, they refused. That's when an employee called 911, reporting the incident as trespassing. Witnesses, including this businessman who the real estate brokers were about to meet with, say the men were discriminated against.
That's the same case to me. These two guys was there to meet a businessman.
I sat in there the other day for an hour. No one asked me
And
to
I
order
was at
anything or
McDonald's
leave. These guys were
to go to work
totally calm.
with the label who just lost the artist. Remember the artist just got shot not too long ago? Well, I was there to meet one of them guys.
Everything by the book.
So that's why it kind of seemed like a setup from the get-go. You know, I was there to meet them guys and go to work with them, with one of their crew, not the artists.
Boycott Starbucks.
And here this bitch waiting on me to come and start the situation, a fighting argument, then call the police, and I go to jail. I'm locked up 3.5 years.
It's that simple. Starbucks is now
Kevin Hart, this is about Starbucks. Fuck what you talking about, nigga, because you want to get free Starbucks and do movies with them hunkies, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. You my nigga, but nah, nigga. We ain't taking our foot off their asses, my nigga. Fuck
no
you.
charges of and later handcuffing the men while they were waiting for a friend. The men wanted to use the restroom, but the manager said that per store policy, they couldn't.
That's my homie. That's supposed to be me.
Leave, she called police.
How crazy is this? 2 men arrested for waiting to meet someone at Starbucks. You see, this here, this is why black people should always show up late. Yeah, if you're early, it's loitering. For our safety, black people, we show up late everywhere we go.
If you early, is loitering.
In fact, maybe this got me thinking, maybe it's not true that black people are never on time. It's just that we only know about the ones who show up late because all the early ones got taken away. Maybe that's what it is. And I know there were some people saying, well, why were these guys in Starbucks doing nothing? Huh? Why? Well, because that's what Starbucks is for. Everyone is doing nothing. Everyone. Starbucks is basically a bus station with espresso machines. That's all it is. In fact, the only mistake these black guys made was not using the tactics of the white man. That's all they did. Yeah, when the manager accused them of doing nothing, they should have replied, actually, I'm writing a screenplay. That's what I'm doing. But look, if I can get serious for just a minute here, I will say this. Do you have any idea what it does to a person's dignity to be arrested by bike cops? Huh? Think about this. Someone calls the cops on you, and instead of driving up with sirens wailing, oh, badass, they're like, ding, 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 ding. And how do they even get you back to the station, huh? Do they throw you on the back of a bicycle built for 2? And now you're in custody, but you have to help them pedal? It's just there at the back, like, man, this is some bullshit, man. It's some bullshit. You look adorable, though. You look adorable. But for real, though, America clearly has a problem with policing and black people. On the one hand, you have people calling the police because they see black people as inherently threatening. And then you have police who only know how to respond to a call with an arrest or violence. So the question is, what do? Do we fix society, or do we try and fix the police? Or maybe, got us thinking, maybe all we need to do is change the people who connect civilians to the police.
Well, for years, 911's been handling calls that turns out aren't actual emergencies.
Hello, 911. There are black people.
Ma'am, stay calm. I'm scared too. The officers are on their way.
So we came up with a program to help white people decide if their emergency was an actual emergency. We hired a black operator.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm on the train and these black people are talking and it's loud and I think there could be a fight.
Okay, sir, so let me get this straight. You called 911 because black people were talking loud?
This is crazy, but this the truth.
Okay, good. Here's what I need you to do. Stand up, walk to the window, and throw your bitch ass off that train.
No, just walking down the sidewalk, but it feels threatening.
On my 911 call, dispatch told the police to cancel all the calls, but the arresting cops still came.
6'4", African-American
So the
male,
original
broad
cops who
shoulders,
was
driving
sent,
Benz. I need you to look closely at him.
they
Is he
turned
wearing
off.
wedding ring?
And then the Funderburg Lee guy, he decides to come for the call anyway.
That's how it should be. But again, to me, that was
So,
of importance in my life. I'm here as a professional.
Other than the temps was at Starbucks, I mean, it's cool that they exposed them kids. Whatever the settlement was, most of it was private and confidential. But that's just to show y'all that McDonald's put their foot in their ass with me. You know, I read y'all the police report and y'all clearly see. I responded to the McDonald's in reference to a call about a male who was refusing to leave. I didn't have to leave, but I did leave. I spoke to the manager of McDonald's who advised me that a black male wearing a striped shirt, khaki pants, and blue shirt wrapped around his head was previously in the store causing problems.
Wow, okay, we haven't even slept together and ain't even thinking about doing that in like.
The manager advised that the man was yelling profanities.
Are you serious?
Did y'all hear or see any of that?
You waited for 2 years. Yes.
And threatening
I wasn't trying
to fight with and physically attack the staff. So that go to show that the police himself knew that that call wasn't sufficient enough to stop me. So
go ahead, babe.
if he and her sat down to the side and she agreed to say that, because that wasn't in the 911 call. If she agreed to come up with that lie with him, he still knew it was a lie. And she knew it was a lie. And two, they held accountable for the officer held accountable because the CCTV footage, even though he didn't have my footage, he had the CCTV footage. And the CCTV footage would show that I wasn't in there threatening or cussing nobody out. And two, the officer didn't question nobody else. If I'm threatening style, why you want to talk to them?
They knew about me being on the road with him, traveling.
The manager advised that the man was yelling profanities and threatening to fight with and physically attack the staff. As we discussed the incident, she pointed out the subject who was now walking through the parking lot of the McDonald's. I approached the subject and identified myself and issued several verbal commands to stop, which Rusty Douglas ignored. Y'all may have seen the other attorneys say, hey, the police can ask you for your ID. They can ask you several times with motherfucking insignia. But you don't have to listen. And that's exactly what I did not do. I didn't listen. So I followed the law. Rusty Douglas continued walking away, which is what the law tells me to do. And once he reached Northwest 7th Avenue, he began to run westbound on Northwest 8th Street. I can run. I can jog. I can catch the fucking bus. I'm free to do as I fucking please. If it was some water out there, I could have went swimming. But what happened was I got to the intersection, which is the main street, and I had to just run to the other side because traffic was coming. That's why I'm on the whole different side of the fucking neighborhood now. I'm on fucking whole different side of the main street. But he wrote it to make it seem like, oh, I'm running from the cop. But I could have just outright ran away from the cop too.
I think you can be in love with someone to the
So now,
love with someone, you put them before you. You think about their
Arrestee Douglas was handcuffed and told to stay in a prone position until our transport unit could arrive. You got 2 cop cars there. Why would I be laying on the sidewalk waiting for a transport car to arrive? Y'all the fucking transport. That's why you came to the scene. This ain't no fucking big ass drug bust where you got all this dope and goddamn criminal weapons and shit. Put me in the back of the fucking patrol car, and actually the patrol car was the fucking car that they pulled up in. So like they say, I was handcuffed and told to stay in a prone position until a transport unit could arrive. They was actually putting me in their own patrol car, so that sentence that they made didn't make any sense. Actually, what they was doing was laying me on the ground, and they was going through my phone. It was going through my phone and deleting videos out my phone, and they wanted me to lay on the ground while they just go through my phone. And I wouldn't just lay down fucking silent and just lay down fucking silent. I just
Once the dead man is revived,
had to get comfortable. I'm laying flat on the fucking ground like this a goddamn murder scene investigation or some sucker ass shit like that. So from me rolling over to get on my buttocks and not lay down flat, that caused them to charge me with resisting arrest.
We are still raised a finger.
See, so now they putting me in a patrol car, which they ain't even got a right to do. What is my crime? Resisting arrest or trespassing? Either one, y'all ain't got probable cause to arrest me. Then they say I turn around and spit on the cop. But thankfully, not only was I recording it, but the dumbass pigs' body cameras were still running because they was recording everything I had, my private information, onto their body cam so they could have it and keep it. And just suddenly, the dumbass cop, white cop from the Berkeley, started choking me as he walked me to the car, slammed me over the hood of the car talking about, "I'm gonna kill you, you fuck nigga. Die, you black bitch. Die, you nigga, die." And he's strangling me over the hood of a patrol car. I'm like, yes, I got you, you dumbass motherfucker. I'm so glad you that fucking dumbass nigga. I looked over, I seen his partner body cam running and the lights was beeping. I said, yes, nigga, yeah, I got your dumbass now. He choking this shit out of me. I can't breathe. I'm going down for the count. But I know your ass coming with me, and that's all I live for, to take them maggots out. You know what I'm saying? So then the cop just lied in his report to justify slamming me, and he just included I spit on him. But I didn't. And 2, if I did, I had probable cause because y'all unlawfully detaining me, and you can use force against unlawful force. So if a cop come to arrest you, like they did with the girl on McDonald's, after she said she ain't giving up her name, and they said, fine, I'm placing you under arrest, she could have pulled out her pistol and shot and killed that pig. So she could have spit on him too, scratched his eyes out and anything else, and it would have been lawful self-defense. Look up the self-defense, stand your grounds law. You can kick the police clean in their fucking ass. A lot of our black sellout monkeys, they don't talk much about our right to use self-defense against the police at all. Even in the George Floyd case, you never hear that monkey, what's that monkey, Attorney Crump, Bennett Chump? You never hear him say, black people, you gotta learn how to use self-defense. When Tyree Nichols, rest in peace, when he was killed, rest in peace, George Floyd, when Tyree Nichols was killed by the punk-ass Scorpion unit, you never hear the punk police say, well, damn, at this moment, Tyree could have used self-defense. Is that correct? And brought up the story. Yeah, he could have killed the police, and me and you could have been walking by and shot and killed the punk-ass police, too, because they was using excessive unlawful force. And that's what I believe in. That's what I study in law. And that's that right. I want to more expand on it more. But I just upload this video so y'all to know what time it is when me and the police, and y'all can kind of get a good glimpse. And if anybody want to help me, make sure y'all send me that CASHAPP and free R. Kelly too. But y'all know my Cash App is DACIA60 all day, every day to the day I DIE.
Look, man,
You know?
you know, people may say I'm trying to make all of this up or get out of jail off of this. You know, I'm trying to get out of jail, period, because I believe, because I was cheated into being in this place. If I find something that is true, if I find something that is illegal that happened against me, I am going to raise it with my lawyer.
Right.
Once I raise it with my lawyer, I'm going to speak out on it. Everybody that knows me knows I've been in here for 4 years. I haven't said nothing. I haven't spoken out on it. Lawyers handle all of that. But this issue that they're trying to play down is so huge. Because there's an affidavit, a search warrant, that proves what I'm saying. I don't.
Look at that name, Ann Donnelly. My initials, AD.
Special federal agent executed a search warrant on this particular.
That's not a coincidence.
Officer's desktop computer. Right. And come to find that what I'm telling you is true. Though no matter what Tasha K.
Those my braids. Them not his braids.
Screw it up and mess it up and twist it up.
Those are my braids he wearing.
Confuse people. Black and white is not confused.
They tried to throw a commercial in there because I mentioned. Now that's his hairstyle. Y'all see the difference? Y'all see the difference between me and him?
Phone, where I'm being detained by the BOP and lie on the BOP.
Right.
Fuck the BOP.
It makes sense for me to do that. And besides, this phone call wouldn't even last past 30 seconds if I did.
Absolutely.
And I end up in a shoe some damn where. So, you know, to prove, I don't know how else to prove it. You know, this is my first time speaking out on this, and I'm speaking out on it because it's something that I believe in my heart that could have saved my case, that could have made my case go the way it was supposed to go. And
now, the day of that arrest at McDonald's, January 14, 2019, do that look like R. Kelly or do that look like me?
Oh, I think I'm going to take a chance.
Y'all don't know because y'all don't know how I look. And y'all damn sure don't know who that looks like that's associated with me. Because y'all don't know my... Now that looks like R. Kelly.
Just access R. Kelly records 153 times.
Right.
Then take that information and scan it to
that looked like R. Kelly. The person in the sex tape looked like somebody that looked like R. Kelly.
Right.
But the FBI already told y'all it wasn't R. Kelly. And I specifically remember being in that same room before the sex tape happened, but that's another story. They played me
So you saying that
to play R. Kelly. I didn't know that. Them my braids in his head. That's R. Kelly.
Because
absolutely.
Because she's spinning. Maybe it's just a spin. She's saying that she doesn't like him. She called him all types of names. And
now check this out. The situation with the BOP.
Right.
If I'm spinning people.
Using his
exactly. Gotcha.
private information.
Exactly what I would say. If I was spinning people.
And giving it to the public. Witnesses against him. That's the same thing the police was doing to me. To the little suck ass niggas in the hood to try to tell them niggas to go attack and kill my family and friends, which they was actually doing. They only gave some information as we know to one of R. Kelly girlfriends. But they still had to reenact everything that go on in my life in his case. That's why they hated I won on July 11th. They hated that shit. They tried to rig everything in the books to make sure I lost. But I'm going to keep y'all updated, man. Make sure y'all do the real thing. Free Lucci, free Mac Minister, free Thugger, free C Murder, free Larry Hoover, free Jeff Ford, defund the pump police.
People do. But they are not allowed to record it.
And free your mind. Because a lot of y'all dumber than a motherfucker.
Scan it to their own Gmail. Send it to people like Tasha K, bloggers,
for them to